What is the difference between singleton placenta and twin placenta? There is no big difference. Only the fetal blood vessels of two fetus is developed from single layer of extraembryonic mesoderm. This is extraembryonic mesoderm, and here you see the fetal blood vessel is start to grow, and both fetal blood vessel is developed from this single layer. This is the summarized table of twin pregnancy and singleton pregnancy. You see there is a risk of vascular anastomosis and cord entanglement is more in monochorionic monoamnionitic twin pregnancy. Determination of the chronicity and amnesty by ultrasonographically. This is lambda sign or twin sign, and it indicates the dichorionic diamnionitic twin pregnancy. This is the T sign. This T limb is due to the two amniotic sac. This is the cord entanglement, and sonographically it can be diagnosed. The histological difference between singleton placenta and twin placenta. This is amnion, this is chorion, and this is decidua. In monoamniotic twin pregnancy, two amnion is showing. In dichorionic diamnionitic pregnancy, two amnion and two chorion is shown. Umbilical cord abnormality in twin pregnancy. Twin pregnancy has a higher risk of umbilical cord abnormality due to the shared placenta and limited space. Velamentous cord insertion. The umbilical cord is attached to the fetal membrane rather than the placenta, leaving the vessels exposed and unprotected, because here it is not surrounded by Walton jelly. They have to travel through the membrane, and this blood vessel easily rupture if it is present near the cervix. During delivery, when cervic dilatation is occurred, this blood vessel is easily ruptured. The vasa previa is a rare but serious obstetric condition when fetal blood vessels from the placenta or umbilical cord cross or run near the internal opening of the cervix. Unprotected by the placenta and umbilical cord Walton jelly, these vessels are very vulnerable to rupture during labor or when membranes rupture. This is a picture showing filamentous cord insertion. Cord prolapse. The cord slips ahead of the fetus during delivery, risking compression, more frequent with twin and abnormal presentation. Marginal cord insertion. The cord attached at the placental edge, often reducing placental efficiency and frequently seen in twins. Cord entanglement is common in monochorionic monoamniotic twin pregnancy due to the shared amniotic set for the late embryonic splitting. It reduces oxygen nutrition supply, so careful monitoring is essential. It occurs due to the less space in the uterus and bringing cords closer, increase fetal movement, raising the risk of one baby loops through the other cord. Longer and thinner cord often seen in twin to support both baby, making knot and loop more likely. True knot is also common in twin pregnancy. The single umbilical artery is quite common in the twin pregnancy. Cord length abnormality also common in twin pregnancy. The twin pregnancy, hypercoiling and hypocoiling also more seen in twin pregnancy. Understanding the coiling pattern of the umbilical cord is important because it can reflect fetal well-being and placental function. In twin pregnancy, abnormalities like hypercoiling and hypocoiling of the fetal vessels occur more frequently, can be associated with complication. The coiling index is the number of complete vascular coil per centimeter of the umbilical cord. Normal coiling index is 0.2 coils per centimeter and involving the umbilical artery spiraling around the vein, providing strength and flexibility. In monochorionic twins, the higher incidence of hypercoiled cord in recipient twins due to the polyhydramnios and hypervolumia. The hypochloremic often seen in the donor twin cord entanglement, especially in monochorionic twin, increase the likelihood of hypercoiling. Placental abnormality in twin pregnancy. Placental insufficiency, reduced placental function, affecting fetal growth, placental infarct or thrombosis, more common due to the increased placental demand. Placenta previa and monochorionic placenta share one placenta, increased risks of unbalanced blood flow like twin-twin transmission syndrome, TRAP, and TAPS sequence. The placental insufficiency is visible on the maternal side of the placenta. The pale region indicate the placental insufficiency. Placenta previa. It is more common in twin pregnancy because the large placental mass need to support two fetus, often spread into the lower uterus. The unbalanced blood flow in monochorionic monoamniotic twin pregnancy. Twin-twin transmission syndrome, unequal blood flow in placental anastomosis in monochorionic twins. One twin became donor and other twin recipient. The twin anemia polycythemia sequence, slow chronic transmission led to one anemic twin and one polycythemic twin without fluid imbalance. The twins reverse arterial perfusion sequence, a cardiac twin received reverse arterial flow from the palm twin and causing strain on the palm twin's heart. Perfusion abnormality in twin placenta. Twin-twin transmission syndrome causes unidirectional arteriovein anastomosis. Donor twin became hypovolemic and oligohydramnios seen in this twin, and recipient twin is polyhydramnios and it may present with heart failure. This is the arteriovenous shunt. The arterial blood goes to the venous blood. It is 90 to 95% unidirectional. Arterial is bidirectional and it is 85 to 90%. Venovenous is 15 to 20%. This is also bidirectional. What happened in arteriovenous shunt? Arteriovenous shunt allow blood from the one donor twin artery to recipient twin vein through the shared placental vessel. This is arteriovenous shunt, so donor twin blood goes to recipient twin. In the twin-twin transmission syndrome, the arteriovenous shunt causes directional blood flow from the donor to the recipient twin. A functional arterial shunt allows bidirectional arterial flow, helping balance the pressure volume and may reduce twin-twin transfusion severity. So in first animation, we show how donor blood give blood to recipient twin. Next animation, we see how this extra blood is again go back to the donor twin by using AA shunt. AV anastomosis occur deep in the placenta and allow unidirectional flow, which can causes volume imbalance between twins. AA and VV is superficial and bidirectional and often help to balance the flow, reduce the risk of severity of the TTS, but not it is 100% secure the TTTS symptom. Placenta with TTTS often have more VV and few AA anastomosis. Absence of AA anastomosis increases mortality, while presence reduces, though it is not fully protected. The imbalance results in donor twin having oliguria, polyhydramnios, and the recipient twin experience polyuria, polyhydramnios, and heart failure. The new treatment of the twin-twin transfusion syndrome, fetoscopic laser photocoagulation, gold standard therapy for the twin-twin transfusion stage 2 to stage 4 between 16 to 26 week gestation, and um, FLP sealed abnormal placental vessel connection. The survival rate is 75 to 80%. This is the photocoagulation placenta after delivery. Twin anemic polycythemia sequence due to small caliber AV connections, slow chronic blood transfer. One twin became anemic, another polycythemic. No amniotic fluid abnormality is seen here. Treatment: intrauterine blood transfusion. Modern technique: the higher intensity focus ultrasound, a non-invasive ultrasound-based method in early clinical trial stage aimed to occlude placental vessel without entering the uterus, may be safer, usable earlier than FLP. Human trial begin in 2025. Take-home message: chronicity, monochorionic versus dichorionic depend on the timing of the embryonic splitting and placental development. Critical concept in developmental anatomy that inform clinical decision making and help reduce risks. Monochorionic twins need closer surveillance due to the shared vascular connection. Anatomical features like vascular anastomosis, cord anomalies, and unequal placental sharing influence both prognosis and management decision. You see, twins are fighting within the uterus. Thank you. If you like this video, please press the like button. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.